call this meeting to order. As usual, we'll begin with an invocation, followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another morning, another week. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here and address the many matters before us. Thank you, Lord, for your many blessings upon this community and for the opportunity for this court to serve our neighbors and to serve you. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Our next item on the agenda is citizens' communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business that's not individually listed, you're welcome to do so at this time.
Good morning, Mr. Von der Rohe.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm Michael Vondro. I live at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. August is the hottest month of the year, and at Summerstone Apartments, they're not fixing the air conditions promptly, and some people are buying their own window units out of their own pocket, you know. Yesterday, it was 104 degrees Fahrenheit, not including the heat index, and it's very dangerous, and it's very unprofessional that the management is not fixing the air conditions in a timely manner. And also last week, I appreciate the commissioners working with the city government, the county government, and getting that alleged sewer leaks fixed last Monday and stuff. It didn't get fixed until the local and county government got involved, you know, and a lot of these problems, they won't get solved unless the government gets involved. You know, the management, you know, is too busy trying to find more tenants after they're leaving. They don't have time to work with sewer leaks and stuff like that. Also, there's still a problem of rats, mice, and it appears that management's not taking care of it. And there's still illegal dumping. Right now, there's a refrigerator, a stove, 3 mattresses, a cushion with a frame, 3 couches, 2 toilets, 1 TV, a baby seat, a lazy boy, chest of drawers, and a broken chair at the dumpster. And no one seems to be interested in taking care of it. And this has been a continuing problem, and it seems like management has no interest in taking care of it, you know. And also the apartment manager, she's too eager to evict people. You know, if it's on the 3rd, they already have the eviction papers, you know, and, you know, the 1st was Saturday and stuff. And, you know, they should at least give you a 5-day grace period or something. But I've also got 2 bikes stolen even after they were locked and stuff. And the police department, they caught some squatters living in the apartments, and they were vacant ones, and they ran them off. And they were also charging their cell phones in the laundromat there, so people didn't feel comfortable doing their laundry there. But I would like management to take care of the air conditions and the illegal dumping and the rats. You know, so far they've been slow to respond, and I appreciate the county government and the city government working to get it done. And last week, code enforcement worked with the public works to take care of those sewer leaks, and they called a plumber at like noon. You know, without the government, it might be still running right now, you know. Thanks, and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for allowing us to speak here this morning. My
Good
name
morning.
is Rick Colley. I've been here a couple of times.
Morning, Mr. Combs. Morning.
I just wanted to give my 2 cents on a couple of things that are really in the news and really popular or unpopular. First of all, the data centers, there's a groundswell opposition and fear, I think, about data centers, and some of it is well founded. I understand why people are afraid of them. From what I've done, what I've seen my research on it, and I'm not an expert in any of these areas, but what I've seen is the first thing that public officials like yourselves need to guard against is doing anything in secret. What people are afraid of, they see these things encroaching on their space, their land, their neighborhood, and they're afraid of it. And what they're afraid of is because what they don't know about it. And there's some fearful things out there. What they don't like is things that are hidden. People don't like things that are done, that they've seen side deals or backroom deals. They want things done out in the open. So that's something I would advise the county commissioners and the public officials to guard against. Make sure there's no, even the appearance of things being done behind the scenes. Be very transparent. I know that's, you always want to, but that's very important in this issue. What I've seen, data centers, they're coming, whether we want them to or not. Like the railroad, airlines, airport, it's coming. It's either coming to our area or Texas. There are already many in Texas. Virginia, the state that has many of them. They pay taxes. There's one county in Virginia that the data center is so significant in their property taxes, if that thing were removed, if they lost it, their homeowner taxes would have to go up 50%. I think it's Loudoun County or somewhere. That's just anecdotal, something like. Anyway, they pay significant property taxes. They always will. We can take advantage of that. But the other thing is data centers, they're going to be here. And anytime we use our phone, you stream a movie or you look up a funny question, we all know that's where they're stored. We're demanding data centers because of what we do with our phones, our televisions, our computers. They're coming. So my request is that the commissioners do it properly, do it right. They use energy. There's energy sources. We can use nuclear, and that's another point I want. Nuclear energy is safe the way it's done now. It's always been safe. The water usage it can be controlled. Supposedly about 300,000 gallons a day a typical data center uses, which is equal to a 18-hole golf course. That's what I've seen. But they can do better than that with a closed loop system. We know how to do that. The noise, yes, there's going to be noise, but that can be controlled also and minimized. Just pay attention to that. These things they're not evil. They're not going to destroy our life. They're not going to eat us. We just need to do it right. That's my advice. And I know you guys here are smart enough to do that. The other thing, as far as the energy, nuclear energy, like the small modular reactors, we know that's coming. I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but nuclear always had a bad rap. The things like the 3 Mile Island in 1979 came out. Actually, it was a partial meltdown. There was not a single death and minimal injuries, practically nothing traceable to that 3 Mile Island incident. 2 million people live within 180 miles of that. It's now being dismantled simply because now natural gas is a cheaper form of energy, so that's being decommissioned. But that was blown up with the movie The China Syndrome, and then you've got Chernobyl and you've got Fukushima in Japan. That's it. Deaths from nuclear energy in this country are zero. And you can't say that about petroleum, coal, gas, or anything. Things go wrong, but in nuclear, anyway, it's a zero. It's what they're called a zero carbon green energy. It's safe, and especially with the newer technology that we have, we have like 20% of the country's nuclear energy is from nuclear. It provides half of what you would consider green energy comes from nuclear. And as far as a reference point, remember, if you look at France and Germany, France gets about 70% of their energy from nuclear. They made the decision years ago to go the opposite direction that Germany went. Germany was trying to decommission theirs. They're in big trouble with energy needs. They're having to buy energy from Russia to provide their needs. France is not in that situation. So I'm just saying there's a good example to follow there, things to reference. So That's basically my input. Just do it smart. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Good morning, sir. Welcome.
My name is Jared King. I think I told y'all before, 404 Tan Drive. I know, like he said, some of you guys are getting beat over this stuff over and over again. I'll tell you that I'm a guy, as a general contractor, construction owner, I'm in the trenches, okay? I see everything. I deal with it all, refineries, data centers. I'm actually engaged in building one right now in East Texas. That's me. That's not somebody come up here with a piece of paper saying this and that and this. I can go on and on and on and on from what I've seen against different things. One thing's for sure, this for me, Victoria's home base. This is my home base. I've got divisions in Midland, Odessa, Port Arthur, Houston, fixing to be in Lake Charles. And right now, my home base is not looking good. I deal with all the plants, the refineries, Formosa, Invista, Eneos, Coke, Seadrift, all that. But it's not doing good. Hasn't been doing good now for over a year. All right, the industry's going down. Now, we have to have growth in our area. That's a fact. We've got 3 hospitals. Thank God we've got colleges where our children can go to school at. They can study these things, get good paying jobs, 6-figure jobs, have a family, the American dream. And we have that, but we have to maintain that. And right now, we're not. Now, I'm not one for coming up here with a cell phone and a piece of paper because I don't like that kind of stuff. That to me is those, I call them chat GDP warriors, those Google warriors. Facts. Last month, I had to relocate 34 of my employees outside of Victoria. Permanent families, 34. Now, that might not be a big number. I'm just going to tell you that most people in my position will not tell you that. That looks as weakness. No contractor's going to say, well, I'm losing this, I'm losing that. They're not going to tell you that. I'm going to be very blunt with you. I moved 34 permanent families last month. Now, I get a text message as I'm backing out of my driveway that I've got, as of this week, I've got 5 to 6 more that are now wanting to relocate again, right before school, with kids and families. Now, we talk about this data center. I can go on and on and on for what I've seen, from just what I've seen, not my personal opinion, but I look at what we have in general. I'm neutral on data centers. I'm very neutral. There's not an information out there as far as what they cause, what they do cause, all this. I've heard both sides of the spectrum. I just know how to build them, okay? But as a person who builds stuff for a living and as someone who has common sense, I look at the data centers and I ask myself, what are we going to gain from that? I hear taxpayer revenues. I hear jobs. We all know permanent jobs with data centers is not there. It's not. You're going to bring in some outside guys. They're going to build it. It takes a little time. But what is permanent is a nuclear power plant behind it. Now that, as a parent, that's pretty good. When you have 300 full-time jobs, not including the building construction, we have to start concentrating on controlled growth. Not just go out here and have a wild, wild west where we're building 4 or 5 plants at one time, but we have controlled growth, steady growth, where we get that manpower, men and women, and they stay here. And they don't leave as soon as the job's over with. And they keep spending that money into the economy. We are a blue-collar town. I think we all can agree to that. Majority of every citizen in here turns wrenches, puts on their boots. They go to work. They're linemen. They work in the plants. They're blue collar. Vast majority of that, regardless of what race or political party you are. That's it. That's what we have here. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times I see these people when I go to these other counties and I hear them complaining and stuff like that. They're not blue collar. The blue-collar people have to go to work, and they want to work more. They don't work 40 hours a week. I don't know last time I've seen a blue-collar person work 40 hours a week. They want 50, 60, 70 hours. They get up, they go to work, they take care of their families. That's all they know to do is to work. And that's the ones right now that are hurting. And I'm going to tell you, when they start protesting, there's a lot of those guys out there. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of men and women out there that work in these plants, Caterpillar, and places like that, and they're hurting. I know, because that's what I'm able to provide my people right now is those 40, 50-hour-a-week jobs. In closing, because I'm not trying to keep on going, I would say to the county, which you guys do control, is to be very mindful about what we do as far as contractors. I looked at the agenda today, and I seen that there were some things you guys are going to discuss as far as putting out there for bid. I remember earlier this year, a friend of mine called me on the phone, and me being in this position, a lot of times they say, well, we're going to issue a bid to the cheapest person out there. We're going to issue a bid to the cheapest one or the one that can get done the fastest. In some cases, both. That's fine. That's capitalism. I respect that. I do. But what I have a problem is that this year, 2 people were pulled over right in front of the police department by the sheriff's department. They were pulled over right in front of the job site for speeding, blowing a stop sign, those kind of things. They were pulled over. Come to find out that both those people that were contractors had on the contractor's name logo on their shirts, FR shirts, were illegal immigrants. Now that to me is kind of hypocrisy when you have illegal immigrants building a police station, especially when the county's paying for that. So I would tell you to be mindful of those kind of things. Why is someone so cheap? Why is someone so fast? Because cheap labor will run someone out of business who's trying to do the right thing. It'll run us out. It's been like that for years. So just be mindful of that. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. King. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication?
Hey, Sharon.
Good morning,
Hi.
Sharon.
Good morning, thank you. Just wanted to get up here and just say thank you again for making our community competitive by having an incentive program that we can bring opportunities to this court and compete for dollars for our community. And in that vein, supporting jobs is really important in what we try and advance. So talking about the nuclear project that's being proposed in the 363 jobs that are having an average salary of $140,000 each, and how that spends in our community. I do have a note, because I can't remember numbers very well off the top of my head, so I'm gonna look at my notes and tell you that the projection on an economic impact analysis that BDC did for this project shows that there's more than 680 spin-off jobs caused by this over 15 years. So that's more than 1,000 jobs in our community. It's been a while since we've had such a significant industry sector come and look at this community that brings these kinds of jobs, right? I think the top 10 taxpayers in our county, the last time I looked, at least half of them were power generation, baseload power generation. This nuclear facility would be a baseload power generator, right? And when you look at the salaries and wages and how that spends, that's more than $1.2 billion in our community for these jobs. And so this is real money for people that are small business owners, that are people in hospitals, that are people in insurance, that these people with jobs can go and spend in our community. So I just wanted to thank you again and consider these things.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you,
Appreciate that. Other comments in citizens' communication? Avery, good morning, sir.
So you
Morning,
wait.
Judge. Morning, Commissioners. I wanted to give you all an announcement this morning. The driveways off Airline Drive to the Patty Dodson Center should be closed this week. We will be doing some site improvements in connection with the metal spray truck building project. If you recall, several months ago, we had executed a contract for a concrete contractor to come and perform those improvements. The time for them to mobilize after all of these weather delays on other jobs that they had has come. And so this week, they will be beginning that work. We're going to be improving one of the driveways, taking one of the driveways out, adding some sidewalk. And then if you'll be familiar with the 4 temporary stop signs that have existed and not existed in a cyclical fashion as they've been run over in the parking lot, those will be replaced with permanent stop signs.
Okay.
And so we will know who hits these stop signs. They'll be concrete. So sounds good. But I wanted to let the public know this is expected to last for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then we'll be done with these improvements.
Avery, when you guys, are you working with whoever it is that's putting the stop signs out? I would ask that they move them over a couple of more feet.
Correct, yes, sir. We're working with Elite Engineering. He's our civil site designer, and he'll help us to locate where the stop sign should be.
I hope that
Get 'em out
works,
of the-
because when we tried to move them over, it didn't work. The ones that kept getting broken, we were putting them in, it seemed irrelevant.
Yeah,
So concrete ought to help.
there you go.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Avery.
Thank
Thank you, Avery.
Thank you, Avery.
Other comments in citizens' communication?
All right. Let's
All right.
All
we will
right.
Move right along then. Item number 4 on our agenda is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in front of you.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for August 3rd, 2026 are $793,859.78. Supplemental payments are $275,835.10.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have the monthly report from Constable Precinct Number 1.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thanks, Heidi. Item 8 is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. We have the July 30th memo from our hospital, which shows interim vendor payments totaling $284,385.18, and the ACH report as of that same date totaled $2,343,069.33.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is to hear a proclamation designating the week of August 2nd, 2026 as National Farmers Market Week and take appropriate action. Let's see, we have the leader of the farmers market here this morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Morning.
I've got just a small update.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
Yeah, we'll give you the floor and then I'll
Certainly.
present this proclamation. Thanks.
I made enough copies this time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Thank you.
So, good morning, Judge and Commissioners. On behalf of the Victoria Farmers Market, a program of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, thank you for your continued partnership and support. Because of your partnership, the market has a place where local farmers, ranchers, food producers, artisans, and other small businesses can connect with our community each week. As we recognize National Farmers Market Week, I wanted to take a moment to share the impact your support is helping make. This year alone, more than 80 local vendors have participated in our markets, including our special events. We currently have 53 active vendors, with 31 of those ag producers. The market continues to improve access to fresh local food through our SNAP and Double Up programs. From January through the end of July, we've issued more than $8,200 in benefits, and we've reimbursed our vendors $6,800 through the redeemable vouchers. Those dollars not only help families put healthy food on the table, but also go directly back into the pockets of our local farmers and small businesses. So thank you again for your continued support of the Victoria Farmers Market and for recognizing National Farmers Market Week. We truly appreciate your partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Yes, we, I think some of those same factoids are in our proclamation
Did she
here.
steal your thunder?
But this is something that we do every year. I know we've been very happy to be provide the venue for the farmers market, very high traffic, accessible location, and it seems to be getting better every year. So again, this year we have a proclamation which reads in part as follows: whereas farmers and ranchers in Victoria County and the surrounding region provide citizens with access to healthy, locally and regionally produced foods through farmers markets, and whereas farmers markets provide essential marketing opportunities for new, beginning, veteran, and established agricultural producers supporting family farms and rural communities, and whereas Victoria County is proud to host the farmers market at the Patty Dotson Public Health Center, providing an accessible location that connects residents with local farmers and fresh food, and whereas The farmers market has served this community for more than 35 years, and including the past 10 under the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, and today it supports more than 75 local vendors from throughout South Texas through a year-round marketplace that expands access to fresh, locally grown and produced foods. And whereas the farmers market helps bridge the gap between local agriculture and community access by accepting SNAP benefits and participating in the Sustainable Food Center's Double Up Food Bucks program. Now, therefore, to bring further awareness of farmers markets' contributions to our lives, the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim the week of August 2nd through 8th as Farmers Market Week in Victoria County in conjunction with the observance of National Farmers Market Week, and we urge all residents to celebrate and support farmers markets with appropriate observance and activities. And I would add visiting and purchasing at the farmers market. So we have this to present, and let's see, we normally get a photo out front for Facebook to help.
Where's our county photographer? There she is.
There she is.
And if you've never been, it's a neat experience. There's something for everybody out there, so please give it a shot.
And it's Saturdays and Wednesdays from,
Every Saturday and every Wednesday year-round, we open at 9. Our current hours that we close are at noon.
okay.
It starts closing at 1 in October. It's just too hot to stay
Okay,
open
yeah,
until 1.
yes, it is. Okay,
So-
excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Do
you.
we have a
So
motion
moved.
to approve
Second.
that? Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 10 is another proclamation, and that is to designate August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month, which we are eager to do, especially given our outstanding Office of Emergency Management. Do we have the,
We have Mr.
Full crew
Emergency
here?
Management here.
we're missing?
We have the A team that's here today.
Okay, okay.
Good morning, Judge,
There you go.
Commissioners. So, yes, thank you for the recognition. I was going to wait for you to read it first to make a few comments. But
You can go first.
we've
then
got
I'll
some
read.
folks that are out, so yes, we only have a portion of the team here today. We've got some folks that are training and also burning off some of their PTO before the height of hurricane season starts up for us. So, but yes, so for well over 20 years now, emergency management has been in the backgrounds. What we kind of say all the time is that what we intentionally do every single day, most people don't see. And that's usually a good thing. If we're with one of you or we're on the side of the road somewhere, it's usually because it's gotten bad. And so we are there to help our community to prepare for, respond to, recover from, and even mitigate disasters, which comes in all host and a variety of things. And so we truly appreciate the support from this court. For the last decade, I've had the pleasure of working directly with Judge Zeller and really building out our program. And so thank to each and every one of you for that continued support. And obviously with Commissioner Martin, been working alongside him for a long time as well. So, but thank you all for the continued support. We are recognized throughout the state of Texas as one of the premier programs. I don't like to brag, but we're pretty good at what we do. And so thank you for the continued support and what we do. So, but that's it.
Thank you, Rick. You certainly are known in our program around the state as being one of the best in the industry. Let's see, and we have a special guest, it looks like. Rick, who,
Is bring your daughter to a court day. She held over from A&M, so she decided she was going to get Dad to take her to lunch.
Well, welcome. Do you want to come up and say a few words? Or? Okay.
But yeah, we do have Ralph Montez here with our Public Health Emergency Preparedness Coordinator, who is in partnership with David's office of the Public Health Department. We have Lauren Moe, obviously our Communications Director for our department as well. Mallory Elkins, which is our well, no longer an intern, but now our intern in our office. And like I said, unfortunately, the other 3 folks are going to be out today at training and or Bernie PTO. So,
Well, also as an aside, that the 4-H banquet the other night, Ralph was, he was heavily referenced and thanked and everything else, so you can get some good folks there.
yeah, that was a program that took off about 2 years ago, I think, Ralph, the My Pie program. He worked with 4-H. So basically, we bring like a teen cert to them in kind of generality. And so he's able to work with them now for 2 years now. And so it's a program that's really kicking off, trying to get our younger generation prepared and ready to go for the next phase of their lives. So, yeah. But, yeah.
Good stuff.
Outstanding. Well, the proclamation that we have prepared reads as follows: whereas emergencies and disasters often occur unexpectedly, posing significant threats to life, property, and the environment, and whereas local emergency managers across all sectors, community leaders, state governments, and FEMA, dedicate countless hours to developing preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation programs to protect the lives and property of all persons living in the U.S. and U.S. territories. And whereas local emergency managers are charged with establishing and maintaining the capabilities necessary to effectively direct, coordinate, and support emergency and disaster response and recovery efforts. And whereas the local mission areas of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery align with the core capabilities identified in the National Preparedness Goal. And whereas the Victoria Office of Emergency Management plays a pivotal role in Victoria County and the entire Gulf Coast region, as well as the state of Texas, by setting a high standard for emergency preparedness and response initiatives in both blue sky and gray sky days. And whereas the Victoria County Commissioners Court expresses its sincere appreciation for the tireless efforts of the Victoria Office of Emergency Management and its dedicated staff to ensure our community and the region are well prepared and well informed in the face of any potential disaster. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim the month of August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month, and we urge all community members to express their appreciation for emergency managers in every sector who work diligently to prepare, protect, and serve our cities, counties, states, tribes, territories, regions, and organizations against all hazards and risks. So we would like to get a picture down here as well, Rick, with the A-team. And y'all don't be so reluctant. Come on up.
Come on up. Just know we're probably going to have to shift this way. Okay. I'll start off over here.
All right, do we have a motion to approve that proclamation?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 11 is to authorize to advertise an invitation for bids for construction services in connection with the FAA-funded taxiway A4-D-B3 construction project pending legal review at the Victoria Regional Airport and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. As you know, we got that $11.1 million that is distributed within a reimbursement for design to the county and the rest for construction. And these are the dollars that are going to put out as a way of a bid. As you know, the process of this is we get a bid, we get the numbers, we send it to the FAA. Once we get concurrence from them, this gets turned into a grant, and we'll get that money for this project. So what we're doing right now is just going to advertise this bid. And an update, the review from our attorney is already done, and he is okay with it.
Okay.
Very good. Any
So-
questions for Lenny on
So
this?
this is, we, taxiway Charlie was taken care of. So this is, which taxiway is this?
This is a new taxiways that are gonna be constructed on the south end of.
Okay, I
south
just
end
wanna
of
make
the-
sure.
yeah. Charlie was right in the center.
Right.
This is on the south side, approach end of 3-1.
Got you. Thank you, sir.
Lenny, on the process for submitting a bid, is that the same process that, Adrian, would that be the same process that you use, or? Okay.
And Lenny's in communication with me the whole time,
Okay.
so yeah, it's the same process.
Yes.
All right, move to,
Yeah.
move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lenny.
Commissioners.
Item number 12 is to authorize to advertise solicitations for the following projects and take appropriate action. A, invitation for bids for site preparation setup services in connection with the Johnson Road paving and reconstruction project in Precinct 4. And B, request for proposals for the professional installation of a new ERV and HVAC upgrade at 205 Annex Building Phase 2. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning,
Hey,
Judge.
Adrian.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, the verbiage was perfect. I really don't have anything else to add to that.
Who wrote that verbiage?
What?
Whoever wrote it, good job.
Madison.
Oh.
Shout out to Madison.
Shout out to Matt.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for 12A and B. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Adrian.
Motion approved. Thanks, Adrian. Item 13 is to consider approval of resolution number 2026-080 for a monetary donation in the amount of $100 from Mary Ann McLemore to the Victoria Regional Juvenile Justice Center with the intended use to purchase books for juveniles and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We certainly appreciate the $100 donation.
Yeah, we do.
Item number 14 is to consider approval of the following ARPA subrecipient draw requests and take appropriate action. A is draw request number 5 in the amount of $41,775 to Billy T. Catan for Hope Ranch facility construction. And B, draw request number 16 in the amount of $478,750.54 for the Citizens Medical Center ICU renovation project. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
Hey, Robin.
We have a few remaining things going on with our ARPA funding from our subrecipients. And both the Billy T. Catan and the Citizens Project requests have been reviewed by our consultant, my office, and the auditor's office, and they're ready for payment.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
A and B.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 15 is to receive the following fully executed contracts for the Victoria County Public Health Department. A, MOU with the Department of State Health Services, Amendment 1. B, DSHS contract Amendment 3. C is the Tuberculosis Prevention and Control Combined State and Federal Contract Amendment 2. D, Lamar Contract number 5582130. And E, the Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS grant. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Judge Commissioner.
Morning, David.
Good morning. So this is just receiving those fully executed contracts that have come through last week and the week before last, I believe.
All right. Move to receive Alpha through Echo.
Say, second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
Item number 16, receive a letter of permission from Mark Kurtz to enter private property for the purpose of improving drainage at 46 West Depot Street in Precinct 4 and take appropriate action.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 17, ratify order purchasing certificates of deposit and take appropriate action.
Looks like we got pretty good rates on that.
Looks like we've got three
Yeah.
over.
Good morning, Paige.
4%.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This is just a follow-up on our quarterly report that we presented last week.
Okay.
This is just showing the CDs that we have purchased last quarter. You can see what the rates were. They're 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. We've actually been able to pick up a few that have been over 4 lately.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, all the rates on the CDs have been holding steady. And again, these are just replacing the CDs that have matured just for our long-term investments.
Okay. Move to ratify.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Paige. Item 18, consider approval of personnel changes, if any, and take appropriate action. We do have a few under that section.
Yeah.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 19, receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. And it does appear that we have one in the Sheriff's Commissary Fund, $2,500 for supplies.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 20 is to consider approval of 2026 budget amendments and take appropriate action. There are a few of those in your packets in front of you.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
All right.
All right.
Our next item is a closed meeting. 21 is closed session pursuant to VTCA Government Code 551074 to discuss personnel in various departments, 551087 to discuss economic development, 551072 to discuss real property, and 551071 to conduct a private consultation with the county's attorney regarding matters protected by the attorney-client privilege. We're going to go ahead and go straight into those items. Appreciate everybody being here today, and we'll be back same time, same place next week.